Hold your hand. Namami Buddhang Gunasagarantang Satta Sada Hontu Iyavera Kayo Jigucho Sakalo Dugando Gaccanti Sabbi Maranang Ahancha Namami Dhammang Sugatena Desitam Satta Untuk Suki Avira Ayu Jigucho Sakalo Dugando Gaccanti Sabbi Maranang Ahancha Namami Sanghang Muniraja Savakang Satta Sadahon Sukhi Avera Kayo Jigucho Sakalo Dugando Gaccanti Sabbi Maranang Ahancha
Sadhu, sadhu,
Sadhu,
sadhu.
sadhu.
Okay, with that respect and considering the nature of the body, let us begin the class. Sometime suddenly I cancel your classes because of I got the dizziness problem, vertigo. It comes, I don't know when it comes. When I shake my head strongly, then it comes soon. Then I have to have the rest, otherwise I may collapse the body. So now I got the medication. Yesterday I went to hospital. I got now I am undertaking the medical treatment, drinking some specific medicine. So if I cancel your class, please don't get upset because of my physical condition. I must do so, okay? With that announcement, let us start the class. We can discuss the same topic, the monkhood. We were discussing those who do not eligible to get ordination. I talked to about 2% out of 11. Today, let us concentrate on the next person, third person. Nabikkevi Rajabhattu Pabbajetabbho yo Pabbajeye Apatti Dukkatassa. Apatti Dukkatassa. Then this is a rule. It is a Vinaya Prajnapti. This is a Rajabhatta. Simply just I here give that simple note that a person, 11%, categories, I'll mention you, but if you want to get more information, who is a Rajabhatra, how does it define like that, if you want to get more details, you are free to read Mahavagga okay, last paragraph, under this topic, the 11 unworthy persons. In Mahavagga, there are many details in relation to those persons. When you are free, you can Google and get the English version or Pali version. You can read. Sometimes you may get both Pali and English version together. You can search and get the read those paragraph, this chapter. This is a regulation of the code of conduct in relation of the ordination. Ecclesiastically, ecclesiastically means the order, Buddhist order, dispensation. So the soldier should not do ordinance. Soldier should not do ordinance. Then Mahavagga indicated, Mahavagga described those who comes under these categories, answer these categories. What is Rajabhatra? The person who was appointed, the person who was appointed to salary, to carry out some particular service or work depend on the payment given by king or state. Is called Rajabhatra. All you are in that service, no? Here Rajabhatra, especially those who protect the government, soldiers, the police, army, and air forces like that. Many forces are there, no? Government, every government, they set up that forces in order to protect their government, to get protection, say, from other countries and within countries. Sometimes that some struggles, some affliction comes. Then to control them, under control or control them, government must have the certain forces. Then here, especially the term Rajabhatra refers to forces. You are also government servers, no? You serve for the government, no? In different ways. Here, especially, we consider those people we call Rajabhatra. Then he is entitled to be ordained after resignation of his work. When they are in the process, when they serve for the government, they may not able to get ordination. When they resign after their service, and when they have retirement, then they are qualified. They can get an ordination. He is entitled to be ordained after the resignation of his or her worker. Okay, that is the third person. Fourth one, next one is na bhikkhave Dajjabandhako Choro. Dajjabandhako Choro. Like a Rajabhatra. Pabbaje tabbo yo pabbajeya apatti dukkatas. Then Here you have to refer to get, let us understand what is the Dajabandhapo. This is the rules. Next rule is that this is the regulation of the code of conduct in relation of the ordination ecclesiastically. It is a Buddhist orders, the specific rules, regulation enacted by the Buddha. So, the popular thief should not ordain. Its meaning, popular means that everyone in particular countries, the inhabitants of the country knows him well by name. When you heard some thief's name, of course you become afraid. You afraid. You are very fearful whenever you heard such a famous robbers, robbers or thieves, stealers. In the country, you may know some people, they used to rob things very interestingly. They don't care about that whether it is wrong or not. They don't consider ethically. Yes, they do as a habit, as a hobby. Sometimes some of people, they may not able to get rid of from that habit. However, they want to do. Finally, they become very famous. And during the Buddha's time, when you read certain Jataka stories, Buddha stories, of course, there are some smugglers who smuggled the country and villages. Like sometimes suppose during the Buddha's time, maybe, for example, he is not a robber or stealer, but he is a killer. Angulimala, the name Angulimala. When you heard the name, the people got afraid. Yeah, they were very fearful because he killed many thousands of the people. Like that, there are some robbed. In Sri Lanka, in the early stage, there was one rope named Saradiyal. We have the film Sura Saradiyal. Then later period, based on his story, the producers, they produce a film on that story, Sura Saradiyal, Utuam Kandi, in the middle of the Sri Lanka, he lived. But what he did, he just got, he robbed or he got by force from the rich people, those who had the abundance from those places. From those places, he sometimes by force, sometimes by threatening, he received or he earned something, he robbed something from them. After that, what he did, he contribute among the needy people. He never robbed for his own purpose, own stomach. What he did, he understand the unfair thing happening in the society. Some are very needy. They don't have even one single food. That is why he used to do that. Then he becomes famous. Everyone knew him, about him. Like that, there are some famous robbers. Famous one are there. When you heard those names, of course, we become very fearful, very, very fearful. Don't such people are not worthy to get, but we call it what is called it robbers. Dajabandako. Next one is a fourth one. Dajabandako. Then he become the man who becomes to the proper path, having abandoned his previous misbehavior, and known by the common people, his transformation. He transformed himself, having understood the things what he has done previously. He with the help of or getting some advices from proper places, he make up himself in a correct way. He having abandoned his misbehavior, unworthy life, unworthy practices. Then everybody knows in the society, everyone, they know that he become a good man. He transformed. He changed innerly. He changed. He has given up all the misconduct. And then then he can get ordination. He can get an ordination, but because even he did so many things, so many misbehavior, we don't consider that his previous life. If he try to change himself, if he want to transform himself by practicing a good thing, we will allow him to become an ordination. We will allow to get an ordination with the permission. Some maybe some people are there, they are not very strong stealers. They are not very dangerous people. Sometimes some people are there, our fellows are there in the society who do some minor thing, small things as a habit or hobby. Sometimes they do. Even we know that in Sri Lanka, maybe sometimes it is a human nature. The very, very, very famous actress, even actor and actress, when they go for shopping, sometimes they used to go shopping and very secretly they rob. They steal something, some small thing from that places. Nowadays, it is quite difficult to rob such a way because of the CTC camera is there. The camera will catch him or her. Now, that is a habit. Some people, that is a attitude, people behavior. That is people characteristic. Some are there. They have everything. They have everything, no any problem in their life, but sometimes they using doing so, they are happy, they become happy, satisfied. it is a, I tell you, it is, we have to explain it psychologically. It is a psychological effect, psychological matter. Psychologically, some are there who wants to steal, who wants to rob. Small thing they collect. It is happening even America, everywhere where there is a people, there will be that. Then, but it is not very famous. Nowadays, it become very famous because of the, if something happened in that way, it publish, it goes and spread everywhere within 1 second because of the modern technology. If something happened to the somewhere, those who are looking for that, they will publish, they will spread that soon using their own method, own YouTube channel or some other ways. So that nowadays it is quite dangerous to do it. If you do, when we do such a mistake, it will quite quickly spread over the worldwide. That is why we should be careful. Then that somebody it will not become very famous matter, that the action is very smaller. It is not a bigger dangerous thing, minor things. And also it is not very famous, very famous. Then making reform, make him to make him turn to good side, we can make him ording. We can make him ording, advising like that. That is the fourth person. Dajjabanjako means then fifth one is Nabikave Karabedeko Choro. Karabedeko Choro. Another type of robber or stealer. Pabbajeta yo pabbajaya apati dukkatas. Here you have to focus on the term Kara Bediko. This is although another rule, regulation enacted, given by the Buddha in order to protect Buddhist order. Then under this rule, we cannot, the Karabandhaka means that prison. Karabandhaka means prison. The what is called offended people, where they send. That is the prison or custody place. So the thief, or this is the regulation of the code of conduct, in relation of the ordination in Buddhist order. So the thief who escaped from the custody should not order. Sometimes the government or police, when they sent to the custody or prison, perhaps sometimes however, they escape from they flee from the custody or prison using their brain, or however they escape. When they escape from the custody, we cannot make coding, because he never released. They never released from their punishment. They just escape from the custody. That is why we cannot make him ordain. All person like who please, plea, F-L-I-E-E, plea means go out from the prison. Then those people cannot making ordain. Okay, the person who is from the jailers. Sometimes jailers are there, no, who safeguard, who protect them, who control them. We call the jailers, who work in the prison, like a police people, they have authority. They are authorized to punish them, look after them. Then when the robbers or offenders, when they become free, when they release or when they flee from the jailers, then also they cannot get ordination. Sometimes they can flee from their custody when they were taking other place. Sometimes the stealers, offenders will be changed. So when they carry them, when they take them to other place, on the way they can escape from their custody. Then they also cannot ordination. Therefore, the person who escaped from the prison or jailer's custody cannot make ordination. That is the Karabedako. It's called Karabedako Choro. Those who escape from the custody or prison. Karabedako. Kara means here punishment. Kara means here prison. Kara means Beda means escape. Beda break. Beda means break or escape. That is number 5, the 5th group. Then the 6th one is 6th one. B.C.G.E. Likito karo, likito choro. Pabbaje tabbo, yo pabbaje apati dukkadasam. Here, likito means registered for punishment. Likita means likita choro. Then they ask the cases, their case. Then after they finalize, they enjoying the punishment on them. But even they were registered for punishment, sometimes they escape. They will break that rules and they go away from their hand. Therefore, if we ordain those people, it is wrong, so that monks get the punishment or monks get the offense. That is what we call apatti. Okay. Likito means registered punishment for this is the rule. Okay. This is a regulation of the code of conduct in relation of Buddhist order. So the thief who register to catch or punish the government should not ordain. Then 7th one is next one. The B.C.G.E. kasahatu kata danda kammu pabbaje tabbo yo pabbaje apati dukkhatassa. Here also you have to pay attention on these two terms, kasahato and kata dandako. Kata dandako. It means the kasahata means the kasa, you know, the whip, V-W-H-I-P, whip. Basically, when you control a horse, you know, the horse riding. Do you want to do horse riding? Have you ever done horse riding? No, it is quite difficult, no? If you need to do horse riding, of course, you must train. First, you have to train the horse, a horse. To train him, you have to use tools. One tool is the whip. W-H-I-P. That is we call kasa in Pali, kasa. Whip. Or whip for another instrument. Make him control, no? Make him control. Even you are teacher at the class, you have to control your student. Then when you control them, you use certain ways, means. Okay? How is this how it is clear for you?
Yes, Bhante.
Yes, Bhante.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes, Bhante.
Okay. Kasa means kasa. Huh? Kasa hata means beat. The beaten by whip, beaten by cane, like that. As a teacher, you cane the student, no? Make them control. Like the horse, if you need to make him control, make him tame, if you want to make him to listen your orders, first we have to control it. It is a process. The elephant control him. Dog, even dog, when you want to control dogs, you have to use certain methods, certain ways. Now that is the here kasa means whip. It is made of some strings, some from the forest you can collect that string, the heavy strong things, like a wine. Then with the help of using those material, you would be able to produce that whip or kasa. In Sri Lanka, we play the kasas in the process of the march of relics to Tralit in Kandy. And in that procession, we call it Perahara. In every Peraharas, every procession of the Buddha, we do play that kasa, playing of the kasa, playing of the when you play it like that, it produce sound. Just like the sound little bit. You have in India. Yeah, that is the way kasa means. Or another way you have to use. Then if somebody were beaten by kasa, it's meant punished. So the person who were beaten, to give them punishment by a whip or another way, should not do ordination, should not ordination. If you beat, maybe that they are then the mark will be the mark. When you beat, when you were beaten by something, that beaten mark will appear in your body. Then we can understand he was punished. Then you are not allowed to. We cannot make him odium. the man who was beaten for the purpose of not doing thing as advice should not order him. Sometimes maybe we ask someone, but they don't listen, don't do it as you advising. Then what will happen? You got angry. Suppose as a son, daughters, they are there at home. Then as a parent, you make you want to ask them to do something. Okay, I go work before I come. Please, you have to finish this and that. You must do it. Then when you when you came back to the home from your office, what happened? You notice that he never done it. The son or daughter, the man ordered by you haven't done it yet. Then you lose your temperature. You got then what happened? Without any investigation, you don't examine. You don't ask anything. What happened? Why didn't you do that like that? You don't inquire. Immediately, quickly, what happened? You will beat them. To release your anger, your attitude, that very aggressive attitude, what you do, you beat, you punish them, then the mark will be there. If you do some marking, if you do strongly, you beat on him or her strongly, that the mark will be there. That is why if you notice that mark is there, then you should not make them warning. Okay, that is the next one. Kasahato. Okay. Then next one is Nabikave Lakkana hato kata danda kammo pabbaje dapo so yo pabbaje apati dukkatasa. Here two terms are lakkana hatu and kata dandako. Same. Kata dandako means punished, beaten by someone. Kata dandaka lakkana hatu. Sometime maybe you print on their skin some mark as a punishment. It happened. Even the Sri Lankan people, sometimes very in a cruel way, they burned their son and daughters with the iron or what you call it, the fire, like that, using that. That will be the printed mark. That is the lakkana hatu. Lakkana hatu means printing over the body. Sometimes we wouldn't punish the people, punish the son, daughters, or our people. That is case. So the person whose body has a printed burn mark or any other mark should not do ordain. Nowadays in the world, it is a very famous thing is sometimes they do it as what you call it, what is enterprises, what is what you call it, business. The people are there, they go to the place, they design their body.
Tattoos.
Huh?
Tattoos.
Yes. They do that. Sometimes with the permanent on the body. It doesn't leave your body. Maybe that type of people, the man who got that mark, of course, should not make ordain, but don't care. But when you go to the Thailand, you would be able to see such monks. The whole the body, they have that mark. Yes, therefore we don't ordain them, okay? Then if we cannot remove that all those things, then we can consider. Okay, that is called the Lakkana Hato. Katabando same power. Okay. When he become free from his punishment, he can ordain after his bodily marks, flaws, and injuries were fully disappeared. Then he reformed, he become a normal, he become free from that punishment. After that probation period, punishment period, if he can ordain when his that mark disappeared, injuries or marks or flaws were fully disappeared. Cannot recognize, cannot visible. Then can ordain. Otherwise, you may not be able to ordain. Okay. Then this one is Nabikeve inaiko Pabbajetabbo yo pabbajeye apadukatas. The next one is inaiko. That is the word where you have to pay attention. It is a word. Others are common words. Other words are very common. You know. Here one word. Inna means inaiko. The inaike debtors. Debt. Ananasuka. I thought you know that Ananasuka. The bliss of debtlessness. Inaika means one who borrow, one who take a loan. Inaika means nowadays in the society, nobody can survive without loan. Everybody use it. How? Will you take any loan for your life during your time? No. Very good. Some people mostly nowadays all the government servants and government service people, government workers depend on loan to build up their house. They take loan. For their marriage, they take a loan. When they need to have the vehicle, they take a loan. Like that. For many purposes, they survive, they depend on the loans. They get loan from the government. Therefore, mostly nowadays in modern society, in current society, most of government servants are not happy. They don't have the ananasukha, the bliss of debtlessness. Here, inaika means debtors. Inaika means debtors, the one who take loan. Okay. That is a rule. So we have to follow this rule in our ordination. So the person whose debtors should not do that. Who is a debtors who has taken any kind of loan or when they settle down, when they settle it completely, without that completion of their loan, he may not able to ordain, cannot ordain him. Sometimes if their relatives or their teacher, if they promise, if they take responsibility to pay back to his loan, under that promise, when they promise to pay back the loan taken by him, and then can be make him ordain, can be make him. And also if suppose, okay, no, never mind, however we will settle down your loan, let him ordain. With that, cannot. Later on, when we'll have, when we get some enough money, okay, then we will pay you. With that settlement, of course, we cannot ordain him. You have to settle down completely. You have to complete. Then only you can. Otherwise, if his teacher, the teacher who's supposed to make him ordain, if he agree, if he promise, okay, don't worry, I will take responsibility, let him ordain, I will settle down. If he promise the lenders, then okay, we can make him ordain with that promise. Otherwise, we cannot do that. Okay, we can go ordination. That is the next rule. Then the last one we can talk, that is the Bhikkhave daso pabba jetabbo yo pabba jeye apati dukkatasa. Daso means slavery. Here, actually, we consider here dasa in the nowadays, mostly the rich people, rich family, they have some maid for their assistant. Some rich people, they appoint such girl or boy, support their work. Not that type of dasa. Here dasa means that is slavery by law. Some during the maybe if you search economic history in the world, there was a stage where where they sold the human being for others' purpose, for companies or what is called agriculture's places, support. That type of slavery, dasa. By birth, there is nobody in dashood, that nobody born as a dasa or brahmana or sakti. We born equally. We become a dasa or higher people based on our work, based on our activities or way of behavior, action. So that the slaves should not do ordain. The slavery is not current society as it was, I explained. So no wish to give much account. Here it's in no much account because you are free to collect more details if you need. There is plenty of information on this of the commentaries. There are more details. These are the people, those who do not ordain. Okay. Then later on, this note I will send you. You go through, read it, then collect more where you need to add some more detail, you are free to add over there. You can read Mahavagga, this chapter, particular chapter. Then with Pali and English versions, then try to understand. Based on that reading and this note, please summarize and brief that lesson and send me your assignment. Okay. Now, I don't ask anyone to brief. Normally, I do it paragraph by paragraph. I give chance to you summarize whatever you heard during the lesson. Today, I didn't do so because of I want to conclude. I want to end this lesson today. Otherwise, it takes time to another week like that. I have to cover up the syllabus soon because the next after 2 weeks I am leaving from Japan, and before that I want to try finish another few topic. Okay. Thank you so much. If you do not have asked anything, you are free to end up the class. Okay, then we end up. Dukkapatta ca nindukka vayapatta ca nibbaya sokapatta ca nissoka ontu sabbi pipanino.
Sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, Bante.
Okay, take care.
Good. Good.
Good night.
Okay, have a nice time.
Yes.